Oh, thank you for picking me. Thank you, Lauren. And good to see everybody. Yeah, I'm definitely excited about the regen pool. It's go time. It's time to get everything started. And just maybe just a round of updates on when we get to that piece. And yeah, I'm just excited about everything on the agenda. You know, when do we get the cult degen like retweeters going hard on everything Giveth? That'll be very exciting. And yeah, and retroactive givebacks. The agenda looks so good. So I'm just excited about that. No distractions other than might be killing mosquitoes, man. These things are crazy. They're coming at me. I'll pass it to you, Amin.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about Give Power, of course. And Rollpool, I'd like to have a call, but yeah, we are investigating. Yeah, the agenda is so important for me. The Rollpool and the Give Power. Yeah, I pass it to Mohammed.
Hey guys, I'm here to maybe talk about the retroactive givebacks and Carl's Region Farm. And I have no distraction. I'm just a little tired because I didn't sleep very well last night. I pass it to Cherry.
Thank you, Mohammed. Hello, everybody. My intention is to talk about the region farm cult is, and I have no distractions. I pass it to Monique.
Hello, good morning. I'm just here to sing and help whenever it's needed. I pass it to Jesse. Jess, Virus.
Hi everyone. Yeah, so my intention for this call is to actually hear in the meeting and to hear all the exciting things you will discuss we will discuss in this meeting, and I will also be recording this call. LOA, no distractions, and I will pass it to Todd.
Hey everyone. Beautiful day in Denver. Another sunny day. Just going to be listening and kind of absorbing, seeing if I can start to maybe get a better hang of what's kind of in the development queue, and see how I can support maybe some communications and product work around that. So yeah, no distractions. Excited to be here. And Lauren or Griff, back to you. Lauren.
Thank you. Cool. Wow, you guys are awesome. You passed it to everybody, like all in order and no repetition. Way to go. Heroes, paying attention. Cool. So called, I think let's talk about the call region farm, because it's like most relevant to most of the people in this call. Yeah, so I just got on my computer right now, and this is the spec doc. It looks like they provided all of our params, maybe? Chris provided all the params. So maybe I'll just check in with Amin on what we need, what we're blocked by. Did you take a look at this yet?
Not yet. No. Yeah, I opened that, but I didn't read it. I thought it was unfilled. But I created the start environment and Koan with default configuration, 5 years of stream and some bridge pool. But I would look at that and inform you if there is anything is missed.
Yeah, so they do want a 5-year stream. It's like, I was looking at it. I mean, it was saying they want the start date for the stream to begin 1 week after the contract launches. So I guess it's like there's no stream it's like just 10% for the first week and then the stream starts. That's something we can do, right?
Oh, you mean that the token start time is deployment time? No, I didn't get that. You mean that there are the cliff time be 10? You are talking about cliff time?
I don't know what cliff time is. They want their stream to start a week after they launch the farm.
1 week after. Okay, that's so. In that duration, they get that initial percentage, 10%, for instance. Right?
They want a week-long countdown.
For the
Is that
farm or
right?
region farm? No, she's talking about the stream.
Yeah, I think it's the stream. I mean, so Willie put together this spec doc, this params doc, and one of the params is like start date for the stream, because what Fox did is that they had their start date for the stream be the same as ours. So even though their farm launched in like, March or whatever, their stream start time was in December.
So that it would be the same percentages as Giveth, you mean?
That's what Fox wanted, but it seems like what Cult wants. I mean, I can just clarify with Chris like why he might want.
Fox doesn't have the same percentage. Fox end time matches with us, so their duration is not 5 years. Their stream period is shorter.
Oh.
I cannot read the doc here. Let me.
Oh, sorry. I can just zoom in. That will probably help.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Start time for the stream. It's for cult. Yeah. Start the stream needs a lifetime before the masking stream.
Yeah. I'm just
1 week after contract launch. What means contract launch?
What?
What means contract launch? Means.
I think that's they launching the rewards.
I don't think he understood what this meant.
Okay, I don't really, to be honest, I didn't understand what it meant, but then I took it from Willie's spec doc, and I should have really just cleared that question up before putting it through. So I'll just clarify that with Chris. But so otherwise, they want to start with 10% initially claimable. They want to have a 5-year stream, so like kind of the same as the Give stream. And they were, they have like about 70. Well, it was when I looked, it was like about $70,000 of cult as the rewards. But I don't know, everything's dumping, so like who knows what it is right now. But they wanted to set the reward rate to. They want the rewards program. He said 6 to 9 months. I'm kind of pushing for shorter because I think 9 months with 70K is going to be like, I don't know, not great APRs.
Really weak APRs. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think 6 months is okay?
I mean, if it's 6 months, they'll have 100% APR at 140K deposited if they have 70K of rewards, right? So I would even push them for 3 months.
That's what I suggested, but he was like, "Oh, let's do 6 to 9 months and see if we want to increase it." Okay, well, all right. So it just seems like I should talk to him about that some more.
Yeah. And maybe we need to make a spreadsheet or something so they can see
what the APR would be.
Mm-hmm. Like how much they want to have deposited and what they want to target their APR at, so that they can actually like design this a little bit themselves. I mean, if you told them, hey, you're gonna pay 70K to get 140K worth of liquidity,
Yeah, totally. So it really depends on how much liquidity that they want. Well, yeah, I mean, we could create a spreadsheet, but who would create that spreadsheet? I honestly just don't have time to do this.
I think I could do the spreadsheet. I just need us to budget half an hour to do it, Lauren.
Date night.
Date night.
Okay.
Because I can do it really fast. I mean, we'll just copy the old spreadsheet that we used to design our farms in the first place, but make a few changes.
Okay, let's do that. I think that will help. So, we'll create... Yeah. Alright, cool. Nice. And then, so... I think Mateo's been working on like just making the designy parts of the front end, and I don't think we're blocked by anything now that we have the images. And then, so I mean, we're just blocked on the params right now for setting up the backend, right?
I was on another conversation. I was distracted. The backend is ready for the test environment, and it's up to Matteo to prepare the front end.
Okay, cool. And you kind of just put like dummy params for the backend. For the test environment, you kind of just like put what you think-ish. Test, yeah? The parameters.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you.
Oh, no worries. So with the test environment, you just put in like placeholder parameters for like stream length of time and blah, 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 just to make sure everything works.
Yeah.
Mostly just
5 years and 1 billion of token on token distro and 1 million capacity for the farm.
Great.
It's that.
Great. Okay, cool. So I'll check in with Matteo and when that can go up, and then we can kind of just like test and make sure that everything's making sense. And so like there was that weird thing with their token being like coded in taxing something. Did we figure out how to deal with that?
Yeah, I created, it was tricky. If deploying the token was tricky, it has a tax, and for taxing, it needs the price from the Uniswap. So it didn't allow you to transfer without having a pool on Uniswap, and you could not create a Uniswap pool without transferring. Oh, so complicated. By the way, it has a whitelist of accounts that they're exempted from paying tax when they transfer to and from. By the way, much details here, but it works right now. I have deployed something on Koan. If anyone needs token, just let me know. The point is important here is that in the in the token that I deployed, I whitelisted token distro. I suppose. So I don't know whether I should remove it or not.
You should remove it.
Okay.
Because they're not going to be able to whitelist us. And we need to be able to test it, what happens.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm not sure about the Uniswap pool. Should it be whitelisted or not?
It can't be. I mean, we can't whitelist it. We need to set up the environment to be as close to what we're going to experience. I mean, I'm really worried that people will have a hell of a time creating this unipool, this LP in Uniswap. It's going to be really hard.
What do you mean?
Well, if the contract isn't whitelisted, like when you when you send Colt and ETH to the Uniswap contract, it's going to have like major issues, isn't it?
It will be taxed if it's not whitelisted, and the gas would be more than expected. I'm not sure whether the UI failed. It's not our issue; it's theirs. Maybe they have whitelisted that.
I don't think. Well, that would be nice if they whitelisted it. That would be so nice. But I mean, I think there might be like slippage tolerance will make the transaction fail. Gas price, the gas limit might make the transaction fail. Like, I don't know. It'll be weird. It'll be user experience might be poor.
I think they have whitelisted that.
They did?
I think it should. As I said before, the smart contracts tax you when you transfer if you are not whitelisted. If it's just from and to, the source and destination are not whitelisted, it tax you. And the taxing procedures need Uniswap. Needs fetching some information from Uniswap. I'm not I don't know for the price or anything. It needs that, and it will fail if there is no pool on the Uniswap, right? So they should have whitelisted token Uniswap in order to create a pool at the beginning, in order to do transfer next. I don't know whether it's clear or not. It's complicated. That's why it was the thing that stopped me from creating that in advance. So they could not create a pool without whitelisting that. You know.
Okay. So they must have.
Maybe they have whitelisted the original. I don't know. The source of the transfer, not the destination. Destination is the Uniswap, right? But maybe they have the. I should check that. I will check it. I will check it.
Okay.
I can check it during this call.
But that sounds great. Let us know. I think Griff also asked in the chat, but yeah, if you can just check it. So what's the problem if our token distro isn't whitelisted?
I don't think it's such a big problem if it's a distro, other than every time someone collects, they'll collect like 100 colts, but they'll only get what's the tax, like 2% or 1% or something?
Yeah, for 0.4%.
Yeah.
Or less, maybe 0.04%.
Oh, really? It's that small. But okay, well, on every transfer, they would just get less colt,
So
Yeah.
maybe we should just. I mean, if we don't get the token, should we ask them to whitelist the token distro, or should we just like add a?
They said they
FYI?
couldn't. They said they
Oh.
couldn't. They said they got rid of the admin keys, so they can't whitelist anything.
That sucks.
I mean, it's a dumb I'll be honest. This is a dumb token. I don't know why you'd put a transfer fee, especially such a small one, on when you can just like we should. You know what we should do? We should make a wrapped Colt ETH pool and like have them farm that, because then the wrapped token you don't have to like. You can just hold the wrap token and you wouldn't have to pay the transfer fee.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. They say that they have renounced the, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll play their game, but
I'm concerned about gas fee, actually. It increased, and maybe we need to change our UI to be compatible with this token. Because everyone that user claims or harvest the farm, the gas price, the consumed gas will be increased.
yeah, we'll see what it looks like under testing, and hopefully the gas price is predicted correctly from MetaMask or the gas limit.
Wait, but that means, in order to test correctly, you need to unwhitelist the token distro for this test cult being created.
Yeah, exactly. I should do it. I will do it.
Okay, cool. Test. Yeah, great. Cool. Okay, is there anything else for Cult East that we could clarify right now in this call?
Is there a predicted launch date or a launch date that we're working towards?
I mean, honestly, it seems like if you can unwhitelist the token distro today, I think fixing up the front end isn't going to take too long. Mateo was working on it yesterday, so I would imagine we could deploy a test environment like today or tomorrow, and then test it, which would just take a couple of days, fix the things in the testing. But then it's just finalizing the params with Chris. Like I think if we're kind of like being good about getting all this shit done, we could be done in a week. I don't know. What do you think, Amin?
Yeah. I hope that Mateo prepared it today. If any of you in this second told me, or Mohammed, it should not be a big deal because it's similar to others. Just if you change the front end about removing that watermark, what's the model? Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I just messaged Mateo, and I think what did he say? He just messaged back. He says he's working on it. Cool. So I think he can finish today, and then just like those the whitelist fix, whatever. Oh, hi, Mateo.
Hey, I was distracted working, sorry. I forgot about this meeting.
Oh, it's okay. We were just talking about you, but lovingly. We were talking about, Amin has to fix a little thing in the back end of it, basically like unwhitelisting our token distro so we can properly test things. And then we were talking about the timeline for getting Cult ETH regen farm ready. And I mean, I was thinking maybe you'd be able to finish the front end today. Do you think that's realistic?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will leave a pull request, and as soon as it's reviewed, it can go up.
Excellent. Great. Cool. So then, yeah. So I think if we can get Chris sorted out with all the params, like in the next couple of days, we could feasibly make this happen in a week. Once the front end is done, and I mean, if you fix the whitelist thing, can we deploy a test environment? And can you guys like ping me, and then I'll try to rally some people to test it? Yeah, and I mean, maybe you could just send me a bunch of those tokens, and I can help distribute them, or I could just send you the addresses of people to send them to, whichever's better.
Anything you'd like.
What?
Yeah. Just yeah, send me your address or anyone that would like to have the token.
Okay. Cool. So if anybody in this call wants to help test the Cult ETH regen farm, send your address to. Yeah, Katavi. It sounds like you want to. It would be great if you could, because you helped with the last one too.
Yes, happy to help.
Cool. Send your address to Amin. Yay. Great. Okay, cool. Thanks. That's good for Cult ETH regen farm, I think. Cool. Let's talk about the regen pool. Griff, you had some things you wanted to excitedly share, or
not excitedly share, but I mean definitely some updates. So we got solid numbers from. I mean, I think it's worth just like in the information on this call, just to like give more details. We talked with the Ichi team yesterday. Praise Yas for organizing the call, and Daniel and Grace, specifically Daniel, gave us the lowdown on exactly more details on how everything will work. So we will, once we get the Fey, we'll 20% give and put that into mint 1 give tokens, right? And alongside that, we'll also put $1.2 million worth of give tokens to collateralize the 1 give token to the point where we can mint 4 million 1 give tokens and still have 250% collateralization of the give side. So that's the $1.2 million. And so that's set. Like, so now we can do better market cap estimations. I just haven't done it on the sheet yet. And some things about how the 1 give token will work. When people mint 1 give, they are getting they're putting in 80% Fey and 20% give, right? But when they burn 1 give, they get 100% Fey. So there will be this like rebalancing effect. So if people start to burn 1 give, that we can handle it for a while, but we will have to manage our own collateralization of the 1 give token. And we'll have a multi-sig that is 2 people Ichi, 4 people Giveth. It'll be a 4 of 6 multi-sig. And they will give recommendations for us to manage the 1 give token. But we will occasionally need to liquidate give from that collateralized pool to buy Fey if there's a lot of redemptions. So we'll want to manage that judiciously. We can let it get to maybe like 50% Fey and of being collateralized by 50% Fey, but we definitely want to be on top of that. So we'll have to create a little group to manage that process. I was thinking again, it would be like the same group that's on the multi-sig that will manage the regen pool, except maybe yeah, we'll see who, if Willie or Mitch, or I assume Lauren and I would be down to be on it, and then we'll see who else wants to be on it to manage the liquidations. And
Wait, can I ask a question? I just didn't quite understand. So it's like we're over collateralizing one give with like a bunch of extra give, and then if people are burning a lot of one give, then there's more Fey going out, so we need to put more Fey in basically by selling give for Fey.
Okay. Exactly. And we'll have a multi-sig that manages that, and we manage that. Yeah. And yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but will it be more convenient for people, instead of burning one give, that they that we have a pair in a dex of one give and give, and since we're creating a buying wall for give, that people are, try to incentivize people to mostly exchange give rather than burning one give?
Yes, and actually there will be an arbitrage opportunity, and Shapeshift makes a lot of money off of this actually in their DAO, where even though the burning is open for everyone, the DAO itself does most of the burning. Because they just have. Why would you do that? Why not just trade one give on Uniswap? And one give would go, like, if you wanted to trade one give to DAI, you'd sell one give into the give DAI Uniswap V3, or sorry, the give one give Uni V3, and then that give would go into the give DAI Uniswap pool, and you would be able to transfer out. I guess you'd have to use. I guess you'd actually have to use 1inch or something to do that. But either way, yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense for most retail traders to just sell their one give. But there will be arbitrage opportunities, and it will make sense to burn occasionally. So we will probably want to be on top of that and manage it.
Cool. Anything else?
Awesome,
there is another thing, and we'll get a forum post on it, but they want us to create a loan agreement with them where we loan them $500,000 worth of give, and they play with that on the market and do market making to make it easier for people to do certain trades and stuff like this, and then they will try to make a profit off of it. And after 6 months, I think would be the duration of the loan, they would either give us back all of the give, or if they were able to make a profit, they would give us a 20% profit on their market making activities and give us a give the Angel Vault LP. So we'd get 600K worth of LP tokens. So we'll make a forum post on that offer and decide as a DAO if we want to take it. But it does seem kind of interesting to give them market making opportunities and see if they can make a profit off of it and share that profit with us.
Nice. Okay, cool. And yeah, so we basically we also talked about this in the call. We're like kind of not really blocked by anything for setting up the Rari pool, and like we just, it was that like deciding what to do with the fees, give ETH or donation ETH, but I think there's like the vote in the forum is done. So it's like we can just fix the settings on the Rari pool, then that's good to go. Then we really just need like our front end in the give farm for it. So then it seems like the next thing we're blocked by is the design for that, right?
Yep. We need to start. I think we can start deving and getting our Fey stable pool going.
Cool.
I assume there's also some research that needs to be done on how to what Web3 calls to make to like deposit the Fae in the pool. And we also need to put up a vote to send a bunch of give to the new multisig that I did finally get to deploy at Giantkin. Just haven't messaged you yet. But we have a multisig that will manage the regen pool. And that will need to get a bunch of give tokens to start the show.
Cool. Are you going to be managing the setting up the multi-sig and getting the give in it?
Yes. Well, yes, and maybe Todd will help us. There's a lot of things to do on the roadmap around these votes and stuff. So.
Okay, great. Cool. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Oops. But based on the one give section, when you get not just the multi-sig, but there's also an admin backup. We want to make sure we're in control of that, not them. Does that make sense, Griff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
good. I'm just going by what I hear. I don't know what it means.
That's great. No, that's great. That's a great input.
Yeah. Cool. Does anyone else have any questions on that? Cool.
There will be many forum posts and many votes coming up, so you'll see.
Is there any? But okay? So the other thing is like, can somebody start on figuring out like? Oh wait, actually, I have a question. I mean, do we figure out if it's even feasible for us to give them streaming rewards for? Like that's what we need to figure out for streaming rewards for depositing Fae in the Roaring Pool. Pablo.
Yeah, I and Pablo are working on that.
Okay, so just a brief update because it didn't actually manage to update Amin, but I'll just update everyone. So there's two. As I talked with you, Griff, there's two ways to determine this. Like we can look at the code statically and just see what's going on, but that's kind of like a weak confirmation. So far, I see that there's nothing really special about the way that the streaming rewards would work. So we just have our bridging token and we just use that. I also see that that the fuse pools also have a special functionality rebasing token from the shapeshift Fox, the Y Fox, which has modified transfer logic. But so that's from just looking at the code. So it appears that it's doable, but we haven't actually managed to well, I haven't actually managed to like confirm this via independent tests. So it's like 11 p.m. here. I haven't really managed to deploy the fuse pools of Kovan and try to connect them to another solution yet. I had a bunch of issues with like compiling contracts and stuff like that. I won't bother you guys with all of that. But it's tentatively, it seems like it's doable, and it's a. When I say it seems, I'm pretty sure that it is doable, but and it won't have any problems. But there's no proof that I can present at this moment.
I would love to see us just test in prod. I feel like all the Kovan deployment stuff is going to be impossible, man. There's
that's
too
what
many.
I was going to mention. We might as well just test it in live and just do a small amount and see what happens, right?
But they said it would work.
Well, we trust you. It'll work.
No, it's definitely worth a shot. Like if the test in production is not that expensive and we have to do it anyways, then we can just kind of cross our fingers and we hope that it works. The only question they have at this point, and it's not fully clear to me, if there is some kind of problem, do we have a fallback solution for this, or do we have to scramble to figure something out?
We would have to at least make a forum poll and make sure people are down to do liquid give, and then we would figure out what kind of APR we want to choose for that liquid give.
Okay. Again, I am certain there's a way to hand out streaming give. There's absolutely a technological solution for this. We just have to figure it out. And my opinion is that it works. I mean, maybe you have like something to add to this. You also looked at it recently, but that's where we are right now. I don't want to spend too much time. on this topic.
Yeah, I was just mentioning that we have Arbitrum. It can be cheaper, and it doesn't make sense to deploy a test give there on Arbitrum. Of course, the Ethereum is real Ethereum, but for test purpose, we can set it up there. What do you think?
Giant can do. I thought we were having trouble getting rewards to work over on Arbitrum.
Yeah, I could not get the rewards to work at all. I tried 4 different coins, just putting them in there, and it wouldn't work. The comp, that's for the comp controller error that I mentioned before.
Yeah, so Arbitrum is not a great test environment. It doesn't seem like it's got full feature compatibility.
Right, that's that. Hard hat is the only other way, and of course live, which you could just do like 1,000 or something like that, couldn't we? For the stream coin thingy.
Yeah, and the other backup, if we want to do the stream, is I'm like 75% sure that there's a token that they give you when you actually deposit, and so we could just do the classic unit pool contract on our side if it really doesn't work.
They definitely do. F whatever it is.
Yeah, so like they would get FFA, and then they could deposit FFA in our unit pool contract, and we could do that. But I would much rather have compatibility with the regen farm. I think that's a better approach, and I don't think it'll cost that much gas to deploy the. I mean, yeah.
It's all timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so did we settle on we're gonna just test it in production and see if it works?
I mean, in the end, this is Amin and Pavle's call, but that's what I would recommend, because we'll have to put it in production anyway. Might as well gamble.
But we can do that soon, right? The regen pool, we just need to change the params, and then nobody's really using it because it's not really visible.
Yeah, and there's a whitelist right now, so no one's using it because Giant Kin has to add any address to use it. So we can just add Amin and Pavle to the whitelist, and then they could deposit Faye and see if they're earning give rewards for it.
Yeah, that seems like the best idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so sadly to say, basically I don't want to block anything, so otherwise we would have to wait for us to figure out something out, and so let's just try. That's my input at this time. I mean, you're free to override if you disagree. And the last thing I think very important is does this have a checklist of what needs to be done for this to be complete, and have it be publicly shared with everybody, just to make sure everything is okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, cool. So can we do that soon, so that we can figure out as soon as possible whether or not this is feasible? So Giant Kin would add Amin and Pavle.
Yeah, if one of those two would send me whatever address to add to the whitelist, I can add it here in a few minutes.
I guess it depends on gas. I think there's a gas war now on this UST insanity, but as soon as it dies down a little bit,
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'll just send me the address and I'll add it whenever it goes down.
Great. Cool. So I guess as soon as you're able to test that, probably let us know. Because it would it would lead to a lot of overhead if it's not possible. Cool. Great.
Okay.
All right. I think I don't think that there's too much more on the regen pool. Are there any more questions or anything else before we move on? Okay, great. Cool. So I think we can touch quickly on retroactive givebacks. I think I'm not sure what we're blocked by still, Mohammed. There was like, setting up the relayer contract to distribute all of instead of having so many votes. Do you want to just like update us on how that, like, if it's where we're at with that? I don't really know.
Yeah, recently Griff noticed that some donations didn't get givebacks, and we found out that some donations missed the value USD, so we would not give them giveback because we work based on the USD value of donations. So as most of those donations is for 2021, so they would be in the giveback retroactive. So we should fill the price for those donations, then do the giveback retroactive. We had an old epic that we didn't have time to implement a new microservice for getting price of tokens in every time that we want. And implementing that would take much time. So I suggest we fill those donations prices manually to not block retroactive givebacks anymore, and after that we can implement the microservice, because we had almost 100 donations, but more than half of it were extra, and it's a stable coin, so it's easy to fill the value USD for them. That's my update, and I think Mitch said that it's the only blocker for retroactive givebacks.
Cool. So are you manually filling them out, or Mitch?
I think I should do that.
Okay, cool. Great, thanks for the update. Great. Okay, cool. So then I think we can move on to Give Power. It's great that Tossin's in the call. Tossin, are you still working on Give Power, or is it just Mo now?
Yeah, I was still working on one.
Oh, you're working on it together. Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just explain this to you. I'm not sure Mo understood. I put some comments in the Figma of like things to kind of update. Like it's really like almost done, but I think we need to improve on these things. Like the thing that's, in my opinion, missing right now from this card is like you'll see the range of APRs, but then the user doesn't know like what actual APR they're getting.
Tossini, can you mute when you're not talking? There's some feedback.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, there's a range of APRs, which makes sense because it's like you could get different APRs depending on like your lockup times. But nowhere does the user understand that like the APR that they're getting for certain amounts of tokens. So I'm thinking like we expand upon this modal and make it so that it's like manage locked give. It's like you actually get here. I put all the information I think it should include. It should include like for each amount of locked give, it's like the amount of tokens, the rounds it was locked for, the earnings multiplier, the APR, and then the unlock date. And so I don't know if it's better to like display this information as a table for the different sets of locked tokens. And then we should also have, for the unlocked tokens, we should show the APR that you're earning for those unlocked tokens and kind of have like, maybe at the top it shows something like lock your tokens to earn higher yields or something like that. I put all of it in the comment here, but does it make sense?
Sorry, Tossini, you're muted.
It does make sense actually. We're going through some of the comments. If we really have any problem with it, we'll let you know. But I think it works. The major issue was just trying to display the APR range and then communicating to the user what it actually signifies. Because currently we have the APR 100% to 1000%. It's not really saying anything. Because it's not really saying, so it's just we just need to actually find a way of informing the user what what it actually signifies. That's okay. You get you get this particular APR by either locking or staking or you're locking your gift tokens for longer, or you're locking your tokens for longer to increase your rewards multiplier. So at the end of the day, since it works with an APR range, so probably they'll define that range for anybody locking the gift tokens to actually understand what they're getting. So I think it makes sense.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think maybe we have also here like a tool. I mean, here in the tooltip right now, it's saying lock your tokens to earn higher yields. Maybe there's like also kind of like manage your lock tokens or something, or like if you have tokens that are staked, then it's like there's something where you can click here that allows you to open the same pop-up, instead of having to just go to the bottom. Because I think it's the question people have when they're interacting with the APR. It's like, what is the actual APR?
You want us to have an interactive tooltip?
Maybe an interactive tooltip. I don't know. I was thinking.
I don't think having an interactive tooltip is. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think it works having an interactive tooltip. So we can have the tooltip inform the user. Okay, you can lock your tokens to earn higher yields, or you can lock one. We can already use that to having to manage a log give, but having an interactive tooltip, I don't think it's not good.
Okay, well, maybe not an interactive tooltip, but maybe just like a little icon or something that you can click and actually see the there's an icon, you click it, and it opens a scroll or something.
Okay.
Cool. Nice. And so I think this part is going to take a little bit more kind of sorry. Loud. But so I think this might take a little bit of iteration, but the part over here, like especially this section, I think it's like basically ready where we can pass it to the desk, except I made a couple of comments on this spot here, so maybe you could prioritize just fixing that. Like the thing I was thinking about is it's like it should be more of like a table. At the bottom, you see that the total adds to 100%. And there needs to be some kind of because on this page, the user should be able to use the percentages of their give power, and have and then trigger a transaction. So I kind of made a suggestion in the comment here. Maybe there's two buttons where there's one button that's manage your give, and then when you click it, all of these numbers become text boxes or with little up down numbers where you could change the percentages, and then once any of them are edited, then the apply changes button becomes illuminated, and then click it and trigger a transaction.
Okay, something like an interactive table where instead of automatically allocating give power, since you boosted a particular number of projects, you can just manually change your give power allocation. And it's okay. I think the question would be: Is it possible to the implementation? That's from I think the devs will have to involve the devs with this. Yeah, I don't know how possible it is. So I don't know. We'll try that. I think we will inform the devs so see how possible it is. Because making the table interactive, then it's not just the table, it affects all other projects. So once you actually edit the table, let's say you're changing a particular percentage for a boosted project, it's automatically going to affect your give power allocation, and then it's going to affect your current allocation and everything you've allocated to a particular other project, because I think the allocation has to balance itself out. Do you understand what I'm saying, Lauren?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's totally true. So I think if you were to change one of these numbers, then the other ones would change proportionally or something like that. We would have to develop it so that it's they're always totaling to 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then I think this allocated give power 100%. I mean, we don't really need to show that because we want 100% always showing. So at the top here, put this information you're boosting 44 projects, and you have with this much give power or something, and like there is in the summary over here. I think that this is the better information, and then we can just delete this sentence.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, cool. Those are all the thoughts I had on give power. Sam has been really busy. Hey, Tasa, maybe you could mute now.
All right.
Just I hear myself echo from your mic. Thank you. So Sam has been really busy supporting OneHive because they had that honey swap problem where, you know, transfers were sending tokens to a malicious address and blah, blah, blah. So, or swaps. So he hasn't been able to work much on the contracts, but I'm hoping to get like a little bit of time with him this week to just kind of clear up like how we're going to manage all of this proportional changing and if we're doing it on chain or off chain. So it's like, I think the design in the front end will be able to start before we're finished with the contracts just because we kind of had that honey swap OneHive hiccup in between. But that's just an update. Yeah, does anyone have any like questions or thoughts or comments regarding Give Power that they wanted to talk about? Okay, cool. Then the only last thing on the agenda is just to check in on Regen Farms outreach stuff. I know, Dan, you sent me yesterday kind of like the update.
Sorry, quick question. Give power. As in, where are we on delegating? Give power delegating.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. I think, you know, we talked about it last week, and now I don't really remember everything. Where we were at. Delegates should know who there was some conflicts. Like it was like what happens when somebody donates and then their gift power gets automatically added to that particular project because it's like the givebacks will be going into gift power. It's like we needed to kind of like work this stuff out and exactly yeah, like how the delegation stuff should work. If like that will, you know, if you've delegated your tokens but then you've donated and you get givebacks, like does the, you know, your allocation to that project via your donation like show in your delegates thing? But I think going forward with like creating the design and stuff for the delegation is going to be a good idea. But let's finish out these like last bits with the APR and like with the changes in my account. So that like that can get started on, and then we can. I think the delegation will be like a whole new bunch of stuff we need to design. And yeah, and kind of waiting on like some kind of feedback from Sam.
All right, no problem.
Cool. Okay, so then Regen Farms outreach. Yeah, Katavi, you gave me a good update yesterday. Do you want to like share anything about outreach or any thoughts?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Lauren. And also, very quickly on the delegation, there is an issue on GitHub. Right now, I don't know exactly which number, but we have a to-do list but it's more on the communication part and whether it will be good to start finding delegators inside the community, invite delegators from outside the community to kind of like, you know, if they are kind of like impact investors or just people that are a bit seasoned and NGO to see if they would like to become delegates. We have a to-do list, but it's more on the communication side. Yeah. So about Regen Farms, basically it's going slow but steady. I'm creating a document to do it more in a systematic way and kind of like to find the best just to find new leads for Regen Farms, people that were super interested, you know, and the profile of the people that will be the champions of the Regen Farms will be people that are in charge of the tokenomics of early tokens or new tokens. And from what we have already, Willie is knocking the doors on a few people on Colony. he reached out to them again last week. He did again yesterday. I will too. In the case of Ant, we'll reach back to them again on the 23rd because they have a big proposal, governance proposal that it meant to pass that week, and then it will make these kind of issues easier to handle rather than only on the Discord. We had Black Leaders DAO, but we realized that they were not the right fit. Their token has no financial value at this point. They're too early on the process. With GBX, they have not been responsive. Popcorn DAO, the same. I will reach out again to Popcorn DAO this week. I reached out to GVX yesterday again, just followed up. There are a few projects, GIVeconomy and Social Impact, that fill the form. They doesn't seem to have a token. I don't think that they're the right fit, but anyways, I'll reach out to them. With UBI, they are working on a new token release. Most likely it will take at least 2 or 3 months to be ready. I think that the plan is to have it on Gnosis to avoid like the high fees of the main net. I'll reach out anyways in the beginning of June to see what's happening. And then we have CowDAO, which we will reach out this week, and Opolis. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know, am I missing something, Lauren?
No, I think that's great. Thank you for the updates, Batali, and for pushing and coordinating on all of these things. I think I will also maybe tomorrow like tweet about it again, like tweet about regen farms and why it's cool, and try to see if I can get more people to fill out the type form that way. But yeah, other than that, slow and steady is good. Okay, any last points? We have 2 minutes left in the call, but I think we've kind of covered everything. At least everything I wanted to talk about.
Well, I do have one more thing for regen farms and for what I'm doing, kind of like trying to find, getting to know more this person. Like if we have, or these people that we're targeting and that we're trying to make them aware of the opportunity at regen farms. Basically, if, you know, Giant King, Griff, which I think that you're some of the, like part of the profile of people that will be interested in regen farms if you weren't part of Giveth, will be great to know kind of like how are you, like, who are you following, what blogs are you reading, or what podcast are you listening, trying to find out like who is, what kind of like content is this person usually consuming, what are they interested in. So that will be great to have more input on that. You can just DM me, and I have a document and I can like put it there, or, you know, in GitHub there is like a link to the documents. And if you have any ideas of other potential DAOs that might be interested in regen farms, that will be like super interesting too. So you can just DM me, and I can get everything on the docs. That's it. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Dan. Okay, we're that's our show, guys. Thanks for showing up and being heroes. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Lauren. Great call.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Have a good day, guys.
Good day.